Okay, one more thing that we have to add to our blockchain data structure is a Genesis block. So what is a Genesis block? Well, a Genesis block is quite simply the first block in a blockchain. Every blockchain needs to start off with one block, and that's called the Genesis block. And we want this to happen right when the blockchain is created. So in order to create our Genesis block, we are going to use our createNewBlock method right inside of our blockchain constructor function. So let's do that now. So we will say this.createNewBlock, and we can see that this method takes in a nonce, a previous block hash, and a hash as parameters. Now, since this is the Genesis block, we are not going to have a previous block hash. And since we are not doing a proof of work to create this block, we are also not going to have a nonce, and we're not going to have a hash for this block as well. So inside of our createNewBlock method, we're simply going to pass in some arbitrary parameters. We will pass in a nonce of 100, a previous block hash of the string 0, and a hash that is also of the string 0. And you can really make these parameters whatever you want to make. They're kind of just arbitrary for creating our Genesis block. Now, I want to make it very clear that it's okay to pass in these arbitrary parameters for our Genesis block, but any other time that we use our createNewBlock method, we have to pass in legitimate values for our parameters in order for our blockchain to work properly. Cool. So now we are generating a Genesis block inside of our blockchain. Let's save this file, and let's test this to see if it works in our test.js file. So in this file, you can see that we are importing our blockchain data structure or blockchain constructor function, and we are making a new instance of our blockchain and calling it Bitcoin. So all we're going to do now is console log out our Bitcoin blockchain and save it. Now let's run this test to see if it works. So we will run node dev test.js. Cool, so we get our blockchain logged out, and for the chain itself, which is this array, you can see that we have one object or one block inside of our chain, which is good. This right here is our Genesis block, and it has a nonce of 100, a hash of 0, and a previous block hash of 0 as well, like we passed in. Cool. So now all of our blockchains will have a Genesis block.